Hello, Math 96. Today's October 26th. We're almost done with October. So today is review day number 1 for the Chapter 2 test. So you're going to open your white note-taking guide all the way to the back to page 143. And then the testing dates are for period 246 this Wednesday and for period 135 on this Thursday. Please make sure you are present on test day. And then make sure you finish any missing assignments. And when you upload those to the digital workbook, you must include yourself in the image for both notes and homework. So make sure you are included in the images that go in the digital workbook. Thank you. Okay, page 143 of your note-taking guide. So page 143 looks like this. And my pen get registered here. We're only going to do 2 problems, so you won't need this one at the bottom. So you can cross those out. So we're going to do just 2 problems on the review. And on the next slide, I'm just going to show you a smaller portion of this page so there's more room. So this is on page 143 of your white note-taking guide. So we're going to do problems at the top, number 1 and number 2. And this is where the first problem should go, and that's where the second problem is. Please put Chapter 2 test review day number 1 on your paper. Okay, so I'm going to wait just a second while you write down what's in yellow. Write the equation of a line and then graph it. And then given the points -3, 4 and the 0.7, -26. So please write down what's in yellow. And then also make sure you put a label of Chapter 2 test review day. Okay, if you need more time, then you can go ahead and hit pause and then come back to the video. Okay, anytime the direction says write the equation of a line, then you need to use the formula y minus y sub 1 equals m parenthesis x minus x sub 1. So we're given 2 points already, so we can label these x and y. And we can label them, set 1, and we can label them set 2. So that means we already have a point here and here to plug in for x1 and y1, but what we don't have is the m. So your first step is to find m. And in order to do that, we use the slope formula. So that's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And then we have that information right here, so we can use those numbers. So our slope is going to be m is equal to, and one of the best ways to do this is to draw the fraction bar and automatically put in those subtract signs that are in the formula. That way you won't make an error. Okay, so to put in the y2 number, that would be a -26. And then the y1 number would be a 4. And then on the bottom, we'll put the x2 number, which is a 7. And the x1 number, which is a -3. And then you need to be careful. Anytime you have a minus minus next to each other, you must change it to plus plus. So if we finish this problem, -26 minus 4 is -30 on the top, and 7 plus 3 is a 10 on the bottom, and that reduces to -3. So our slope that we can use for our formula right there will be -3. And if you need a minute, you can hit pause here in the video. Okay, and then I'm also going to plug in this information for the x1 and the y1. So we have a -3 on this side, and the y is a 4. So we will be plugging those numbers in right there in the formula. So it'll be y minus 4 is equal to negative 3 goes in for the m, parenthesis x minus, and we're going to put in a negative 3 in the back. Okay, you do have to be careful. Anytime that there's a minus next to each other, they must be changed to plus plus. So now we can start our work. We're going to distribute on the right side. So we have y minus 4 is equal to negative 3x, and then negative 3 times positive 3 is negative 9. And now we just have to solve for y. So we're going to move the negative 4 over, so add 4 to both sides. So y would be equal to negative 3x, and then negative 9 plus 4 is negative 5. So that was our goal, to write the equation of a line. Now we need to graph it, because that's what the direction says. Write the equation of a line, and then if you read the directions, it says then graph it. So when we have y equals mx plus b, the m is how you move. So the m here is negative 3 over 1. You just make it look like a fraction. So that means you're going to go down 3 over 1, because it's negative 3, right? And always go over on the move to the right. And then your b is where you begin. And so the b is at negative 5. So we're going to begin at negative 5. And then we're going to go down 3 over 1, down 3 over 1. When you begin this type of graphing, you always begin on the y-axis. Do not begin on the x. You begin on the y-axis. So we go to the center and we count down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's because it's negative 5 for the b amount is a negative, right? So you go down to 5. And then this is how we're going to move, right? The m number tells us how to move. So down 3 over 1, down 3 over 1. So from that dot, you just count 1, 2, 3 over 1. And you could, let me just move this out of the way. You could just estimate the next one down 1, 2, 3 over 1. It would be right here. Oops. I get too close to that bottom of that screen. 1, 2, 3 over 1. My screen goes away. And that's it. And then make sure that you draw a straight line. I'm going to try my best, which probably won't come out very good, but we'll see. A little wavy. That wasn't too bad. And then remember, lines have arrows on the end, please. And there should be no short lines. Your line should go all the way across the grid. That's very important for our next chapter. And I just estimated this dot down at the bottom. So I do need you for purposes for me to grade to make your dots really big. That's so that I can see them. So normally you wouldn't make them quite that big. But in order for me to be able to grade, I need to see where your dots are at. So please exaggerate the dots and always make a big line. Okay. If you need to go ahead and read some more of this, you can hit pause and then you can come back to the video. Okay, if you can take a minute then to write down number 2 in yellow. So this is write the equation of a line parallel to 2y minus 8x equals 14. That goes through the point, parenthesis 2 comma negative 1 parenthesis, and then graph it. So I'm waiting for you to write that down. Write the equation of a line parallel. Okay, so if you need more time, you can hit pause. All right, so we're going to, again, write the equation of a line. So that means we need the formula y minus y sub 1 equals m parenthesis x minus x sub 1. And we're given an xy point, so we can label that x1 and y1. So we already have numbers that can go here. The issue again is what m do we use? And so then the key word is parallel. And parallel means same slope, same m. Right? So same m. Well, where do we get the m from? So our first step is to solve the given equation for y. So here's our given equation. It's right here. The given equation is 2y minus 8x equals 14. And we have to solve that for y. And we've been doing that all along. So we drop this line. We have to move over the 8x, so we would add 8x to both sides. So 2y would be equal to, bring down the 8x first. So 2y equals 8x plus 14. And then divide each item by 2. So our given equation would be y equals 4x plus 7. So this is our given equation solved for y. And why did we need to do that? Because we're going to look at that equation. And what is the m? It's going to be equal to 4. So we're going to use m equals 4 because the story tells us, because the story states parallel. And parallel means same m. So you use the same m for parallel. Anytime you see that word. So we're going to take that m equals 4, and that's what we're going to march up into that m spot. If the story said perpendicular, then we would use the opposite reciprocal. But the story says parallel, so we use the same m. So right here, we're going to put a 4. Okay, and then we just need to plug in x1 and y1, and that's given in the story right here. So the x1 is 2, and the y1 is -1. So we're going to plug those numbers into those spots and do the formula, and then we'll have an equation of a line. So y minus, now I'm going to plug that number in, so it's a -1. I'm going to plug in the 4 for m, x minus, and I'm going to plug in a 2. Any place that you see a minus minus together, you need to make it plus plus. So right here, we would have to go plus plus. So we have y plus 1 is equal to, and now we're going to do a little distributive property, 4x minus 8. Then we're going to solve for y, so we have to move the 1 over, so subtract 1 to both sides. So y would be equal to 4x minus 9. Okay, so we wrote the equation of a line. Now we need to graph it, because that's what the directions say. So now we need to graph the line. So make sure you read through the whole directions. It says at the top, write the equation of a line parallel. So we got that part. That's the equation of the line, y equals 4x minus 9. And then it says to graph it. So here's our m. It's 4 over 1. And the back numbers are b. That's our beginning number. So we're going to go up 4 and over to the right 1. We're going to begin at negative 9. I'm going to go over to the graph. Remember, you always have to begin on the y-axis. So I'll go to the center and count down 9 because our begin number is a negative number. So down to 9. So that's right here. Make the dot big. And then we're going to move because our slope tells us how to move. From that spot up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, over to the right 1, and do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, over 1. Keep going, up 4, over 1, up 4, over 1. And then please make, again, I'm going to ask politely if you could please make the dots really exaggerated just so I can see them. And then just draw a straight line up. Well, I'm not having any luck that way, so I'm just going to freehand it best I can. That wasn't very good. I'll try one more time. I can't seem to use a ruler on this tablet, so you guys are going to have to, let me be. All right, I got to try one more time. Maybe I can do it. Oh, that was even worse. Well, I hope you're doing better than me. There we go. Took me 4 times, but I think I got it pretty good. So what I'm most insistive on is that you make big dots, okay? Because I grade off the dots. Okay, so that was writing equation of a line that's parallel. You can hit pause here if you need to write down some more work, but remember, first you had to take the given line, the given equation, and solve it for y. And because the given equation has a slope of 4, and because the story says parallel, then we just used 4 over in the formula. That was it. All right, you guys have a great day. Test this week. Please make sure that you upload all of your images for notes and homework, and you must include yourself in the image. So I need to see you holding up your homework and your notes when you put those into your digital workbook for grading. Otherwise, I won't accept your work. So please make sure you hold your paper ups for notes and homework, and I can see you in the image. Okay, thank you.